and gentlemen, I'm here tonight to talk to you about weather and the three main ways that you can avoid it and see how a storm is brewing. Weather is something we cannot live without. It's a part of our daily life, whether we like it or not. And if we didn't have weather, then we probably would not be here. So, my speech is going to be about three main ways that you can see how a storm is coming your way. My main three topics are going to be lightning, atmospheric pressure, and cloud movement, which all equal storms. National Geographic, according to National Geographic, the United States Lightning Detection System averages 25 million lightning strikes per 100,000 thunderstorms. And so now I will be talking about how lightning is a part of one of the signs. According to sciencing.com, lightning strikes 10 to 15 miles from the center of a storm. Even under a clear sky, lightning can still strike from the upper level of a storm's annual cloud. From that, lightning will begin to occur during a thunderstorm's beginning stage, and it also can strike even before lightning or rain will touch the ground. Heat lightning, which is the process to where a thunderstorm is too far to hear and you can barely see it, which is one of the first warning signs. So just like that, lightning is not the only thing that you can see from a thunderstorm. It can also be atmospheric pressure. Not always detected, but your ears can for sure feel it, just like pop, crackle, snap. That was funny. And it can also put pressure on your heads and your temples, and that's how you get a headache, just like that from the weather. Meteorologists always keep a barometric measure on hand, just so that way they can always see what the pressure is to see if it changes like randomly. That's one of the main ways that they can detect the pressure for the atmosphere. According to sheltersolutionsar.com, the barometric pressure is one of the best ways to read the pressure in the atmosphere. The atmospheric pressure directly relates, which contains most of the things which would be cloud movement. Now I'll be talking about cloud movement, which is going to be my third way to show the signs of how you can see a thunderstorm heading your way. No clouds equals no rain, which equals no storms. So if we don't have clouds, then we will not have any storms, which will not show any moisture. So depending on the storm size, it will show the clouds and how fast they go and how big they are. Because the bigger the clouds are, the more intense and darker the sky will be and the more intense the storm will be. According to GearJunkie.com, rotating wall clouds will have a low base, which will come to a severe thunderstorm or a supercell. In saying that, all three of these main things are very important. So, coming to my conclusion, all three of these are one of the most important ways for a storm to see when it's coming. Just like the biggest clouds up in the sky, the cumulonimbus cloud is one of the biggest ones in the sky, which is one of the tallest ones that you will see, which is the only cloud that can have a tornado and the only cloud that can also make hail. Because of how tall it is, it has a free zone, which is what makes the hail. So, just like with my first sign I was talking about, lightning, it's an attention getter. You can't tell me you don't go outside and you see lightning and act like it never happened. You can't miss it because it's always there when it's thundering outside or it's lightning outside. But if it's an open sky, you will never see it. My second one, which was the barometric pressure, you may not always feel it or see it, but you can definitely feel it in your ears. It depends on how close the storm will be and how far away it could be too. And some people may not feel it either, it just depends on the body type and kind of where you are located in the US, so that's the thing as well. With my last one, it's the cloud movements. It's one of the usual signs because we a lot of time have clouds in the sky, and if we don't have clouds in the sky, there's nothing really that we should be worried about. It kind of just depends on the type of day and where you live, because not all states get weather like every other. It kind of just depends on the clouds too, as well, and how dark they are and how fast they're moving. The darker the cloud is, the more moisture it has in the sky, and the faster they're moving depends on how fast the cells are moving as well on the radar. Because the darker the cells are on the radar, the darker the storm's going to be, the more intense it's going to be, and the more you should take cover. So always remember that, because that's one of the key things to have when living in the U.S., because you never know what's going to happen. So from all of that, all I have to say is stay safe, and remember my top 3 things on how to stay safe from the weather. Oh, yeah, okay. And here is my audience. So that's Big Toot right there. That's my mom, that's Jordan, that's Colin, and there's Jaden. So that's my informative speech.